So let's talk about what an actual war crime looks like when it's caught on camera. In Jenin, occupied West Bank, Israeli troops surround a building. Two Palestinian men walk out slowly, hands up. They lift their shirts, turn around, then lie face down on the street. No weapons, no resistance, total surrender. At that moment, it's not a battle. Under the laws of war, once you clearly surrender, you're a detainee. You get arrested, not executed. Killing prisoners is illegal, full stop. But that's exactly what happens. Soldiers order them to get back up and walk. A few steps later, gunshots. Both men drop. The video shows no threat, no weapons, just bodies in a street that already looks like a war zone. Palestinian officials and rights group call it what it is: a brutal field execution, a heinous extrajudicial killing, a war crime. Israel issues the usual "we're reviewing the incident." Zio speak for stall until everyone forgets. Israel's far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben Gvir, that fat slug, basically cheers it on, praising the killings and making it clear that in his world, Palestinian equals target, surrender or not. This didn't happen in a vacuum either. Jenin has been hit with raid after raid this year. Homes bulldozed, people killed, mass arrests, drones and airstrike in what's supposed to be just the West Bank. While everyone's eyes are on Gaza, the occupation is tightening the screws everywhere else too. Now, if this exact footage came out of Russia or Iran, every US politician would be on TV screaming war crime and demanding sanctions and tribunals. Ted Cruz would be gnashing his teeth and fucking ripping his clothes, screaming for more money for Israel. But because it's Israel, backed by the US, suddenly we need to see all the facts. And we get calm statements, more weapons, more aid, and zero accountability. This is why people talk about apartheid. This is why people use the word genocide. You don't accidentally end up with a system where one side can execute surrendering men on camera and still be treated like the victim, the democracy, the one that shares our values. It takes decades of policy and money to build that. And that money isn't just Israeli. It's American, it's European, it's weapons contracts, lobbyists, and politicians in both parties who will call this tragic, but not criminal, because the second they admit it's criminal, they have to admit that they're funding crime. You don't have to be pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel, left, right, whatever to see the problem. If a state can execute people after they surrender and face zero consequences because they're on our side, that's not just a Palestinian problem. That's a blueprint, a message about how much your life, my life, any life is worth once it gets in the way of power. Because today it's Jenin and Gaza. Tomorrow it's another country, another enemy, another disposable population. And as long as the cameras roll and nothing changes, the people pulling the trigger and the government signing the checks will keep testing how far they can go.